Hello everyone, what's up? No, it's been a good week last week, so most of you most probably have gained almost all. I think has gained most of the stock, but there are some stocks who are at least gained more than those of the normal others, or the stocks are not. Some of the stocks are not moving. Also, there are some stocks that had rallied last Friday, but took a break this Friday, and there are also some stocks that are going in a momentum this or last Friday that could possibly lead into a big gain this week. So those are some of the things that we are going to discuss in this video. Bear with me. This is a long video, so you will have more options. All right, as I draw the support, resistance lines, and all and the indicators, you can choose which you can prefer the most, or maybe you can choose which has the higher volume, so that you can choose it, or you can have more confidence in buying that certain stock. So again, please stay until the end of the video and enjoy watching this video. Check this video out. All right. My name is Kevin Autea. For those who doesn't know me, I am a financial wealth planner and a stock market investor and a trader as well. So here in this video, we are doing weekly. This is not totally suggestions, but these are most likely the stocks that had a potential to gain this week. Now we will classify them to the basic technical analysis. Take note, technical analysis only. We are bounded by the technicals. And by the way, here I'm using Investagrams, no? So if you are using COL, First Metro, BPI Trade, BDO Nomura, or any other um, online broker, what I usually do is use this site because it is really a kumbaga easy to use, sobrang accessible niya, sobrang ganda niyang gamitin. Then you're gonna transfer, or you're gonna transact lang with your online broker. So enough of the intro, let's proceed. So I have a lot, so bear with me, no? So again, our process, our technicals that I'm using are the EMAs. I have the 20 as the blue one, the 50 as the green, orange 100, and 200 EMA, or for the, I think this is the red one, yeah. So there are times that I'll be using 200 EMA to increase the range, and remove the 20 EMA to remove the short range for us to move on a higher range. I'm also using volume here below. All of these things are found here in the indicators. If you are using the COL chart, you can also use that there, or search that there. MACD, I'm just customizing the design, no, but still the same. I didn't adjust with the it's called length, if I'm not mistaken, the length. Also the RSI, because I pull out the RSI today because some of the stocks are overbought, right? Overbought, yeah, but not most of them are pulling back right away upon the 70 levels. All right. So we have GT cap right here, no? So as we draw the support and resistance line right here, maybe this is around last Thursday, this area right here. So it finally break out na lang. Sige, from now on we're gonna use breakout from its resistance line around this area. All right, so it's a diagonal resistance line supported by a volume. So when supported by a volume, most likely people are buying into it and people are flocking into it to buy it on an uptrend or on a downtrend. Next, the MACD is above the signal line. That's the basic common thing that we are going to do or to consider in MACD. And the next thing is the cross line here at around 0, here at the center. Right. The RSI is not yet oversold. One thing that we are noticing here is that we can form a actual resistance line at this area. As you can see here, it's being stuck by the wick, or the wick, this one, the tail at the top, has kumbaga, it's being suspended or resisted by the price at 498, right? So that's the possible resistance line, or the 100-day moving average right here. So those are, if you're gonna plot this one, or you're gonna use the 100-day moving average, that's a good resistance level as well. So let's check the sorry, the risk reward ratio. Alright. Nagdodoble siya palagi. So I have to unclick it every time. So if we're gonna use this one, this is important, no? The risk reward ratio. If we're gonna use the next resistance line here, the reward is around 4, the risk is around 7. It's quite small, right? Again, what I'm following is that within the day, or not totally within the day, but at the end of the day, if the stock went down below 3 or 4%, I'm already selling. All right, but there are some circumstances, but like let's say 90% of the time, I'm selling the stock already. So here, our cut position may be here at around 4%. So that's 1:1. If the resistance line has been broke out, okay, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to explain it very well in Taglish so that you can apply it in local stocks and also in foreign stocks. So the next possible price may be here at the 100-day moving average, the 12.76. Right. Next, we have BDO. As you can see, some of the banks are doing good lately. No? Maybe here we can consider, because there's a dividend this coming Thursday, right, before the holiday. All right. Let's see if the stock will react or the stock will come to a sell out after the dividend has been announced or has been recorded. That's some of the things if you've observed the dividends, no. Because they already got the dividends, then they are already pulling out their shares or their money on the company, but they will still get the dividends. Here, same as the GT Capital, it's already break out from the 20 EMA, and so as the diagonal resistance line, it's being retraced at this area, then eventually move up on a few levels. Now, if we are going to put it here, maybe we can use the 100-day EMA as its next resistance line or current position resistance line. The next area may be around this area, supported by these points or these prices. The volume is okay, MACD is very good, and the RSI is not yet oversold. Risk reward ratio for that one is that, alright, we're having trouble here. Here, that's around 4%. Then if it breaks out from its current resistance line, maybe that area, that's 14%. Oh, it's quite huge if the stock will rally upward, no? Or maybe consolidate at some point. Next, we still have BPI. I'm still adding BPI here, no? Though it's already at the 80% level, so we can see tomorrow, no, or the following week, it can retrace is pull back a little, consolidate is moving sideways. Okay, take note of that. Consolidate, moving up and down on a sideways manner, and the retracement, it simply means that it's going down simply at this level to um, profit take, some sort of things like that. All right. Next. So this is a good sign that 20 EMA has crossed above the 50 EMA. No? So this is the possible area for the resistance line on the past few weeks. It's finally broken out. So let's pull out the 200-day EMA. So that's a good sign if this 200 EMA has finally broken out. Okay, then the next possible resistance line will be around here. Let me plot that one, or around this area. Right, so as we can see here, the wick, again the wick, that's the tail here, it's on the top of the resistance line. Then if we're going to plot this one, that's 4% risk and 1% reward, or the next line will be around 4% or 5% as well. The volume is still okay. The MACD is still very good. One thing we are really cautious about is the RSI. But for those who are subscribed in the stock strategic investing, it's my subscription program. Most of them had gained in the BPI, most likely around 15%, if I'm not mistaken. So that's an easy gain, no, for you. I know most of you gain, but for some are having a hard time. Next, we have Ali. For Ali, finally, it broke out or break out from the resistance line here. So the 20 EMA has crossed above the 50 EMA, or will soon to cross above the 50 EMA. And but the volume is not that supportive at this area. MACD is really good, and the RSI is showing good momentum for the stock. The next possible resistance area, or it's already at its resistance area, the next possible line we can check is this one. So if we're going to put the risk and reward area of this one, we can use this area, the 100-day EMA, that's around 4 to 3%. Then the next one will be around 7%. Next, we have home. So many people are have gained here in the home. So last Friday, it went up for 23%. That's very huge, right, for a day. So it's finally broke out from the resistance line here at around somewhere 6. No, it ended up at 7. It has a huge volume gap up. What do we mean by gap up? There's a chance that if there's a gap up here, gap up the area here, there's a chance that the stock will continuously to move up. No? So we can use the 50 EMA as its new support line, or this area, and the resistance line maybe this 50 EMA. The MACD has just crossed. All right, the histogram is okay. Then the RSI is showing good momentum. So you can see here, sakto, no? It's on this area as its support. If we will plot, no, let us use the Fibonacci, no. I'm going to use this one. Maybe, hopefully, I'm gonna make a video of this one. So we can use this area. Okay, that's the nearest resistance line. Right there. As its nearest resistance line. So the risk-reward ratio for that one will be around 7%. That's good, but the risk of that one's around 10, so it's quite huge, no? But this is something that you can take risk of, no? Yes, it's a 10% chance of losing versus 7% chance of gaining, but if you have a small amount to risk, why not, no? Or you can just cut loss halfway to like 5% if it didn't turn out to be well. Next, we have AGI. Same scenarios for the first two. We can draw a closer line here. Maybe I'll draw a horizontal line like this area. So it's within the resistance line or the resistance area. We will also use that one. All right. So you can see here the areas here. So we can literally use that one as its resistance line or areas. So the next possible support may be around the 50 EMA right here. The next resistance will be around here, the 100 EMA, supported by these areas. The MACD again is doing well. Volume, it's very nice. Ascending volume, as you can see when we zoom that in. And let's check for the risk-reward ratio for that one. Maybe the risk is around here. The reward will be here. So how much will that be? For risk, 3 risk, 4 reward. So the next reward will be around 12%. So if it breaks out from its resistance line here at around 7.1. So next we have MPI. We have 12. Oh my god, I think this is the biggest or the longest weekly stock pick that that I've done so far. Here, let me just draw a imaginary line here. Maybe why? Because of these areas right here. All right, supported by this area here, and area here. It's finally broken out of this area. Let me pull out the 200-day EMA. Oh, it's quite far from the 200-day EMA. The 20 EMA cross above the 50 EMA, so that's a good sign. MACD, it's really a good sign there. RSI, sobrang okay. The next possible resistance line of this price will be around this area. Alright, the next support line we can see is around this area. Why? Let's check. Alright, supported by these areas here, and here. Alright, so again, with this scenario right here, it's not really a line for the resistance line. It's really an area. So if we can check for, there you go, the risk of that one is only maybe 1%, and the reward of that one's around 7. So that's quite huge, no? Risk-reward ratio. And maybe you can consider the 200-day EMA for that. Next, we have MAC. For MAC, it's been moving very good on the past few days, gaining so big and somewhat losing big as well. Let's check if we will plot it down to take effect. Somehow it's okay right here. The 50 EMA has finally been broken. The next target will be the 100-day EMA, supported by the volume. MACD, yes, very good. RSI, very good as well. Here we can consider, let's do the Fibonacci at this area. All right, here, this one and this one. So the next, so as you can see, as we plot the Fibonacci, the 20% level just match its current price right here. So maybe we can consider that as our resistance line, and the next resistance line will be around this area. So let me remove this one and zoom that in and check for the possible risk-reward ratio for that one. The risk or the reward, the risk and the reward. All right, then let's check. So that's 20. Wow, that's quite huge reward, no? But the risk is also huge, 11%. But that's 2 reward is to 1, or the risk-reward ratio is 0.5. So that's really a good fight, good thing for you to consider, right? So again, you can adjust it to like 5%. It will depend on you. You can cut it or bear with it given all the signs right here below. Or you can draw a line here, right? So you can draw a imaginary support line there below. Next, we have mega wide. Last three. So I have 12, by the way, no? Mega wide. Same, almost the same chart for the Mac, no? Or most of the charts. Horizontal, diagonal resistance line been finally broken out. The next possible resistance line will be around 100-day EMA. MACD is good, RSI is good as well. The next possible resistance line will be around this area. Why? Because this area has been touched and this prices has been touched. Then the risk-reward ratio, where's the possible support line? Maybe let's plot it around that area. The risk-reward ratio for this one will be risk is here, the nearest reward is there. That would be around 12% reward, 8% risk. So 4:3, it's quite manageable, no? But if the stock pushes up above the 7.86, we can see the next resistance line at the 100-day EMA. That would be around 31. Right, so there's quite a big potential for mega wide if it pushes through above the resistance line. Next, we have DMC. For DMC, we can draw an area there, and actually we can draw a line again here, right there. All right. So same scenarios, breaks out from the resistance line. As you can see or you can hear it most of the time, breaking from the resistance line. So that's one of the common thing that you need to see. You need to consider, supported by the MACD, volume, interchanging or crossing of the short EMA to a higher EMA. So those are the good signs that you want to see when you are choosing or picking a stock. The next possible resistance area will be around this area. Why? Because of this and this one. And the 100-day EMA. And for the plotting of the risk or the risk reward, the risk will be around 2%, maybe right there. And the reward will be around maybe 7 for the 100-day EMA and maybe around 9 to 10 for the actual line that we got there. Bloom. Last two. So for the Bloom, it's quite moving consistently up. No? It's already above the 70% overbought level. We can check if the stock will still continue to hold up right there. Okay, so the next possible price of that one, let me check the 200-day EMA. It's quite far, so let me pull that out. High D 20 EMA, but you can see it's about to cross the 50 EMA. And use the Fibonacci as a retracement for this one. Right here, maybe there, that area. So we can use the actual area for its current resistance line. And the next resistance line may be around this area. So let's plot. No? Again, the general rule we have for the cut loss will be around 3 to 4%. So the risk will be around 5%. So it's quite big. Let me pull that up. Maybe around 4%. Reward is at around 2%. If we'll follow this one, the next possible reward or gain will be around 13 for Bloomberry. So take note for before we proceed with the last stock, it's not totally moving up consistently. Most of them you can see. Today it's moving up consistently, but somehow, somewhere, it will do consolidation, pullback right there as was mentioned earlier. Here we also have the SCC, Semirara Mining. As you know, I think this holds 50% of DMC. So that's why DMC is up maybe as well because of this stock. So the volume, you get to love to see this kind of increasing volume. MACD, RSI, you have nothing more to ask, right? The next resistance line will be around the 50 EMA and this area at around 13.16. Next line will be around this area. Supported, let me pull that one down below here. Alright, so risk-reward ratio will be here. Maybe then, let's plot it right there. So, it's around 5% risk. So, let me pull that up higher, 3% right there. And reward is around 3. So, 1:1. But if it went up, no, broke out the resistance line, so pwede pa siyang around 13%. Alright, so as you can see, no, we have 12, but it's up for you to pick, right? To pick like at least 3 or 4 on which stock do you think is best for you. Because you cannot pick all of those 12, no? We are not fund managers here. But it's up to you to decide, check the momentum, check the volume, or consider everything very well. All right. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me on my Facebook page, or you can subscribe to this channel for you to get updates about the stock market and some personal finance for you to have money to save and use the money you gain in the stocks well in your life and your personal life. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's a long, informative video. Please play it out again, practice it, analyze it for you to have a fruitful and abundant trading day this week. Take note, we only have 4 days. No, June 12 is an Independence Day. So we only have 4 trading days this week. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe and God bless.
Pwede ka na mag-isip-isip. Technical yan naman. Yes. Ibig sabihin, ito yung resistance niya, the break niya. Hindi mo to alam kung wala kang technical sa chart. Unlike dito kapag bumili.
Tapos pag bumili ka dyan, tapos pag
Diba?
nag-ano siya ng paakyat, hindi ka nang magbasa.
Pwede. Here's a trend, di ba? May line dito eh. Again, kanina yun yung resistance, di ba? Na alam nila hanggang dito lang yung price, kaya bibenta na sila.